what's up? You guys hear me okay? Ready for the show? Yo. Alright. Thank you. Yeah, I got new glasses. I don't know if you guys noticed, but last week I did the show with glasses that were held together in the center with two-part epoxy, so I'm lucky they made it through the week. But yeah, I got my extra nerdy glasses ready to rock. So we got a pretty cool show tonight. We got some nice mods to review, and a lot of crazy stuff going on in mod news as well, so I'm pretty excited to talk about some of that stuff. Tonight we're going to be reviewing the Big Ben, this not-so-little guy right here. We're going to be talking about the JM16, this guy right here. And we're going to be talking about the Orion V3, which is this guy. Yeah, so that should be fun. And then we got our usual mod news, vape mail, bunch of giveaways. I have a surprise giveaway from RTD Vapor tonight. That's pretty crazy. When we get to the giveaway, I'll tell you guys what it is, but it's a pretty significant giveaway. So, here, this should help a little bit. I'll just move my mic a little closer to my mouth hole. There we go. All right. So hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. Let's see. So, as usual, for the early birds, we are going to do a giveaway. So, hold on one sec. And this giveaway is going to be from my friends over at Alice in Vapeland. This will be a giveaway for a $13.10 gift certificate to Alice in Vapeland, which is enough to buy either a 15 milliliter dripper bottle, 18 milliliter dripper bottle, or a 15 milliliter glass bottle of one of their juices. It also will cover shipping. You're welcome to play if you are out of the United States as well. Just know that the shipping will be a little bit more, so it'll be kind of a apply the gift certificate to a purchase type of situation, so you might have to pay a couple bucks. But Alice in Vapeland's awesome. They have awesome juice. I am a huge fan, as you guys all know. Oh, drank. Come on, let's get down there, buddy. There we go. So, oh, by the way, in their C room at Alice in Vapeland, which is where they have the juices that are in testing pre-release, there's one called April Moon that I really dig. It's an apricot vape. I've kind of put it into my regular rotation. It's really, really good stuff, so you should try that out. I recommend it. But let's see. Let me just make sure I got right number of people. Oh boy, everybody's rolling in now. So when I say go in chat, pick a number from 1 to 50. And hold on a sec. I'm going to check my mic volume in just a second while you guys are putting your numbers in, because everybody's saying I'm very quiet. So one moment. Let's get the giveaway started, and number 1 to 50, go. Alright, time to check on my mic. Okay, test. How's that? Volume better? A little too loud? Or are we good? Or should I go up a little higher? Okay, better. Perfect. Alright, excellent. Everybody says good, so we'll stick with that. Alright guys, keep your numbers coming in. If you're just getting into the room, pick a number from 1 to 50 if you want a shot at a gift certificate from Allison Vapeland. Alright, I'm going to give you guys a few more seconds to get your numbers in. When I say stop in chat, no more numbers, please. Yeah, I have no control over the commercial there. That's actually from the people that we stream through. So, sorry about that. Alright, and stop. Let's see what we got. 44. Okay, I see a 43. Let's see what we got. I don't see any 45s. I just see a 43. Alright, cool. 43 from Chain Fogger. I think that's the winner. I don't see any 44s or 45s. Yep, that's you, Chain Fogger. Congratulations. I am going to send you a private message. You'll see it come across in chat just like all the other messages, but it'll have like a from me to you thing in front of it. It'll contain my email address. All you have to do is shoot me an email just so that I have your email address to send on to Allison Vapeland. They'll send you a coupon code for the $13.10, and they'll get it to you by next Tuesday because they open on Wednesday until they reach capacity. So there is my email address, and congratulations, Chain Fogger. Very good. Let us move on. Let's see, what do we got up next? We're going to do mod news. So, quite a bit going on. Quite a bit. First off, as you guys know, one of my favorite modders is Art of the Exhale. Everything that I've tried from this modding group out of the Ukraine has been fantastic, innovative, really high quality, and always an excellent vape. The flavor and vapor production are always fantastic for their products. So this is an older device that he hasn't been making for a long time, that will be going on sale again in 3 days. So if you are interested in getting a Griffin from Art of the Exhale, they're going to be $120, which, you know, isn't cheap, but considering the prices, some of the high-end stuff around, his prices are actually quite reasonable. It's $120. It's all titanium. It's an extra $20 if you want to get the titanium drip tip. It's a tiny little fella. It's an 18 millimeter. I'm sure the flavor is going to be phenomenal on it. One of the things that I really like about this guy. Hey Jerry. One of the things I really like about this guy. And not guy, I don't mean the modder, I mean this device, is if you see that raised post there, the way the airflow works in his devices is a little bit different, and the one that I'm doing right now is like this as well. Instead of having a hole in the side of the cap, there's a hole in the base. You can see it on the base on the left hand side there. The air goes through there and then up through that center pole. So what it does is it allows you to put more juice in the device because it's raised, the air hole's raised like that. So you can turn it on its side and it's not going to leak juice out of the side. you know, and you can hold a decent amount of juice for a dripper. It holds between 1 and 1.5 milliliters of juice, even as a small dripper, which is pretty awesome. So really excited about that guy. I will be reviewing one on the show in the near future, so and here is a link if you want to check it out if you're interested in signing up in a couple days. So like I said, that's the Griffin that goes on sale on June 15th, and I am stoked about that little guy. That's going to be a fun little dripper to play around with. Now, another really interesting device that is hitting the market very soon. In fact, the list, I think it might even be closed already, and I hate, you know, getting into stuff when in mod news when a list goes up, you know, a day or two before and it's already closed. But there's the link if you want to check it out. This is the elevator. The elevator by Renovation Mods. This is, as far as I know, this is the first production DNA 20 tube mod. I think there have been one or two others that have been made that were either in a prototype form or something that someone made for themselves or whatever the case may be. But this is the first one in production that I have seen. It's all 316 surgical grade stainless. The threads on it are kind of interesting. He reduced the amount of threading so that you can change between different battery sizes quicker, and you know, remove parts quicker. It's got a lot less threading on it. It's got a joystick button on it too, so the controls are a little unusual. Instead of having the 3-button configuration like most of the DNA 20 stuff does, it's got a joystick. So it's a, you know, you push the joystick down is the down button, pushing it up is the up button, and pressing it in the center will be the fire. Self-adjusting center post, so all addies will sit on it perfectly flat and flush. It has airflow control if you want to use something like an Odysseus or a Penelope on it. It's very compact for what it is. I think it's about the same size as a Provari. So considering the fact that this has DNA 20 electronics in it, it's very, very compact. It's 89 millimeters tall in 350 mode and 23 millimeters wide. This is kind of cool. This is something they list in the specs, but all of the parts for the elevator, with the exception of the joystick and the DNA 20 module, are made in their workshop. Even the screws are made in their workshop. So, you know, in order to keep everything as precise as possible. And this is a really cool thing too. It actually comes with a 10-month guarantee for the electronics. That's what Evolve gives for a guarantee on the DNA 20, and a lifetime guarantee on all of the stainless steel parts in the device, so basically anything other than the electronics, which is really cool. So you're going to have something that's going to last a long time with this guy too, and it's guaranteed. I'm very, very excited about this guy. So, and I posted the link earlier if you want to take a look at it. So that is the elevator by Renovation Mods. Next up, here's another one that we had a list kind of go up and already get filled up, I think. But this is a really nice looking tube mod, I think. This is called the Atomo. This guy is, here's another link for you. There you go. This is the, like I said, the Atomo. It's a bottom button 22 millimeter device. Has a very clean look to it. I believe there's no lock ring. It has a recessed button on it, and depending on the design of the recessed button, that could be really cool. I do like a recessed button if it's done in a certain way, like the way that the button is on the BBM, the Bare Brass mod. This guy is €125 plus shipping, which for a high quality tube mod is pretty reasonable by comparison. It's available with a couple different extensions, so you can use different size batteries with it. It's got kind of extension tubes similar to like how the Chi-Yu and the Nemesis telescope, if you will. And like I said, it's 22 millimeter with the 18350 tube. It's really short at 65.5 millimeters. With the 500 tube, it's 82 millimeters. I'm not sure the height with the 650 tube, but I would assume that it's 15-ish millimeters taller than that, so probably around 97, 98. So that's the Atomo. Looks really cool. We'll see how it vapes. I will be getting one of these to show on the show. There's going to be more than one batch, so this might be something where, depending on how the reviews go, this could be something that you buy from the second batch if it's something you're interested in. So let's see. I didn't get any information about what type of contacts are in it from the specs. I just read off all the specs that I have. It's probably located somewhere else in the thread, but to be honest with you, I just don't have time to go through every one of the threads from top to bottom to find all the information for you guys. It's really because I'm lazy and I really don't care about my viewers at all. I hate you all. So, moving on. Just kidding. I love you guys. So, what's next? This is cool. The Doodlebug LE. So, you guys know I love the Doodlebug. It's a really good atomizer. It's one of the best 22 millimeters. Some say the best. I'm on the fence. I have a tough time saying favorite with 22 millimeter atomizers. It's one of, if not my favorite. But this is the limited edition one. Now they're doing a special. He's doing a special release before it goes on sale, and then it's going to go on sale in very limited quantity. I don't know how many are going to be available. I don't know when it's going to go on sale. This is something you're going to want to keep an eye on rocketsciencemods.com to figure out when it's going to go on sale, what the specifics are going to be. But I can give you some information. The differences between this and a standard Doodlebug is that it has a really high quality brushed finish on it. It's got a triple ring design, as you can see on the top cap. They upgraded the black top and bottom insulators to a higher plastic grade. And it's got a triple plated brass center post and also nuts. It's plated 3 times, once with silver, then over that with 24 karat gold, then over that with 22 karat cobalt hardened gold. For extremely good conductivity, and it also removes the possibility of any kind of concerns with brass being in contact with the juice, of course. And the nice thing about gold is it doesn't tarnish, so it's effectively the same thing as stainless steel. The only thing you're going to clean off of it is gunk from your juice. So again, I don't have the specifics on this guy. It's going to be pricey, but it's really well made. And also, this is going to be, from what I understand, the last of the Doodlebugs, and then he's going to move on to making a different device. So it is truly limited edition. Not only is this a limited edition Doodlebug, but really all Doodlebugs are limited edition because they're no longer going to be produced. So, very excited about that little guy. Moving on. Yeah, it's not cheap. This is the Lotus by Ellie. This one is in prototype form. I don't know when this is going to become available, but this is kind of interesting. It's basically a mod that is specifically designed to work with the K-Fun. It has a adapter that comes with it that allows you to remove the bottom piece from the K-Fun and attach it directly to the mod, effectively giving you kind of a hybrid I don't know if it's going to actually improve the conductivity, but it's kind of a nice design. The K-Funs are very popular. I personally don't like the idea of a mod that's designed for a specific Addy, unless it's something that you kind of buy as a package, like the Fecta. where it's, you know, a hybrid that's also a mod, and you know, you can use it with I don't know. It just seems, you know, for those that are not interested in the K Fun, and it is not my favorite atomizer, even though I think it is a good atomizer, I don't know that this would be something for me personally, but still an interesting idea. It's going to be available in 18350 and 18500. It's 316 stainless, 22 millimeter. It's 56 millimeter length in 350 mode, and as I said, it has an adapter that you can see there. That's what that gold ring is for the K Fun 3.1. So, and there's a link for you if you want to check it out. This is, I believe, a new modder. He does not even have his own subform yet over at Vaporwall, but check it out if you're on Vaporwall. I highly recommend you take a look at this guy. Could be interesting. So, what's up next? I have no idea how to pronounce this. The Squape? The Squape? I don't know. The Esquape? I'm not really sure. SQ Ape. SQ Uape. I don't know. I'm going to go with Squape, even though I'm sure it's wrong. So that's the Squape. It kind of looks Bliss-ish, but it is not, it's not even a Genesis. So even though it kind of has a little bit of a Bliss look to it, if you're familiar with the Bliss. So looks interesting though. So from what I understand, I don't have a ton of information about this guy, but it's going to go on sale on the 1st of July. It's going to be a silica device, and it's along the same vein as the K Fun. But I like the look of it. I think it looks pretty cool. It's a 22.7 millimeter diameter though, which is a little odd. So on your 22 millimeter mods, it's going to hang off just a little bit. And then on your 23 millimeter mods, like your GG, your Atom, your Chi-Yu, etc., it's going to have a little bit. It's not going to sit quite flush with the tube. So I'm not sure why they decided on 22.7 millimeter. But anyway, that's what it is. It's obviously got a 510 connection. Adjustable center pin. It's got a 5.2 milliliter tank, so it holds a lot of juice. It's all stainless steel. And let me give you a little bit of info here via a link, so if you want to check this out. It does look really cool. I do agree with your comments in chat. It does look really cool. So, but we'll see. So, that is the Squape. Let's see. Yes, I did. It's 5.2 milliliters of juice that it holds. 5.2. So, let's see what is up next. This is another one that I am super stoked about. I don't know what the price is going to be on this one, on the Squape understudy. I'm not sure. You have to check on that link. It might actually be on there, and I might have missed it. But it goes on sale July 1. So this guy, the one on the left, not the one on the right, this is one that I'm very excited about. This is called the Black Rhino by Sotong. This is all stainless steel, brass contact, 22 millimeter, quartz glass, 3.5 milliliter tank capacity, all 3 different battery sizes, dual 1.5 millimeter adjustable air holes. This is where it's right in my wheelhouse. So the interesting thing about this little hybrid here, the Black Rhino, the thing that I like about it, and this is something that I talked about a little bit with the Arrow, I have very large hands, and sometimes I have a tough time working in devices where they have a large lip, and all of at least all of the Genesis style stuff that I've seen that has airflow control has this large lip around the addy deck, and that's where the secondary hole is, so that you can control the airflow by turning the top cap. It's a good design idea, but it makes it a little difficult to work on the addy deck. This device has a threaded airflow control lip. So you can actually remove the airflow control lip and then work on the addy deck as if it's a flat addy deck without having that lip to deal with, which is really cool. Plus, you know, as you guys know, I really like dual coil and dual airflow over those dual coils, so I'm excited about that aspect of it. Looks pretty cool. Some of the other features, it's actually going to be hybrid to 510 convertible, so this will be like the Fecta where you'll have a 510 top cap for it as well, in addition to it being a hybrid, so you'll be able to use it as a 510 mod. Snap-on top cap. It's got a fill hole that's designed to be usable without a syringe. It has a recessed magnetic button, so again, does not require a lock ring. And it comes in a brush finish. So there you go. That's the Black Rhino, which again, I'm very, very excited about. So let's see, do I have a link for this guy? Oh, I forgot to grab a link for this one. I apologize, guys. But if you're on Vaporwall, if you go onto Sotong, if you go into his sub forum in the modders forum, I just posted the name in chat. You won't miss the Black Rhino thread. There's a couple of them in there, so feel free to check that out. So that's mod news. A lot of really cool stuff. Quite a few really cool devices on the horizon. I'm very excited about what's going on with the mods. And some other interesting stuff, I'm sure, coming in the near future. So some have already hit, like I said, a couple of those lists hit this week. But alright, so let's move on. We are going to do 2 giveaways in a row. 2 big giveaways. Our crazy surprise giveaway from RTD Vapor, which I will reveal the prize before you guys participate, or prizes, I should say. And just FYI, so typically the rule on the show is if you win something, you are not allowed to participate in any of the other giveaways on the show. I will, however, make an exception for the RTD Vapor giveaway, because it is kind of a special giveaway, and it's a big giveaway, and I don't want somebody that just, you know, that won some juice to not be able to participate. So if you have won already, or if you win the one that we're about to do, you'll still be able to participate in the RTD giveaway, which will be right after this one. So let's see. We are going to do a giveaway first from Vapor Craze. This is a huge juice giveaway. It's actually 60 milliliters of juice. So it's a sample pack. They pick the flavor, you pick the nic level. 4 different bottles, all 15 milliliter. So a lot of juice. Pretty sweet giveaway. 60 milliliters worth of juice. That's like $45 worth of juice, so that's pretty damn good. So let me see how many we got in the room. All right, we're gonna do 1 to 100 for the random number generator. So when I say go in chat, pick a number from 1 to 100. This is open to anyone in the U.S., or I'm sorry, anyone worldwide for participation. If you're in a country that they won't ship to, I actually have them shipped to me and I'll send it to you. So wherever you are, you can participate in the giveaway here. So pick a number from 1 to 100. When I say go, and there you go, go. And again, this is from Vapor Craze out in Southern California. I do want to mention again, I know I mentioned this last week, but they're actually hosting a vape convention called Vapetoberfest on the 18th and 19th of October. If you can get out there for that, it should be a lot of fun. It's going to be pretty big. I don't remember the exact square footage, but they told me, and it's going to be a really big convention. Should be a blast. I am going to do my damnedest to get there for the second day. I actually come back from vacation on the 19th, so I'm going to try to fly from vacation straight to there on the 19th so that I can be there for day 2. So doing? Just so, holy shit, is that a Geppetto? Yes, this is Geppetto. This is one that Geppetto did custom for me. I showed it off on the show not too long ago. I'll be reviewing it very soon, actually. It's if you're a Skyrim fan, if any of you guys have played Skyrim, you'll recognize this. That is a Dragon Priest mask from Skyrim turned into a pipe. It is a slap, yes, it is indeed a slap. You can see there on the bottom, Geppetto slap. And it works quite well. Aside from looking fantastic, that works very, very well. You may want it, but that one is not. That one I will never part with. Sorry. This giveaway is for 60 milliliters of juice. It's 4 15 milliliter bottles from Vapor Craze. So, let's see. When I say stop, no more numbers. I'll give you guys a few more seconds to get any last second numbers in. And alright, stop. There we go. Good timing. Let's see what we got. 99. Wow. Alright, way up there. Let's see. I see 85, 95. Let's see. Anything above a 95? Nope. Does not appear to be anything above a 95. Correct me if I'm wrong in chat, please, but I don't see anything above 95. So it looks like Dharma has won this one. I don't see any others. Nope. Dharma, congratulations. I'm going to send you a message. You'll see it come across in chat with my email address. What you're going to do is send me an email with the nicotine level that you want and also with your shipping address, please. And we will have the giveaway sent out to you within the next couple days. Congratulations. And that again is from Vapor Craze. Thank you for the giveaway, Vapor Craze. Check out the site. Try to get to Vapetoberfest if you can. It's going to be a good time. There you go. So, next, we're going to do another giveaway. So, this is the big surprise giveaway from RTD Vapor that I talked about. So, I am going to tell you what it is before we do the giveaway. RTD Vapor is giving away on the show tonight. You ready for this? This is going to one person. One person wins all of this stuff. Hold on, I'm going to pull up the list. So I have to make sure I remember. Okay. A Vamo V2. An AGA T2. Mesh of your choice. And Kanthal wire in the size that you want as well. So that is a Vamo V2, an AGA T2, mesh in the size that you want, wire in the size that you want. All from RTD Vapor, all going to one lucky winner. Right? Seriously. Crazy giveaway from RTD. Who's actually in the room, I think? I think RTD Vapor is in the room right now. Anyway, RTD Vapor, I say this every week. If you're not familiar with them, then you really should be, because it's the best place to buy batteries. They also have a ton of rebuildable supplies, so for those of you that are rebuildable junkies that watch my show, it's a great place to get mesh and wire. They have some rebuildables there as well, yeah, and there you have the best customer service and ship really fast. There you go. So, huge giveaway. Vambo, AGA T2, mesh and wire. When I say go in chat, you are going to pick a number from 1 to 100 again. And get ready. Get your numbers ready. Here it comes. And there you go. Oh, and they have awesome chargers too. I didn't mention that in addition to the batteries. In fact, Shane won one last week. Whoa, that's a lot of numbers real fast. Got a lot of people in the room tonight. All right. Keep them coming, guys. Give you a few more seconds. Get your numbers in if you haven't. If you're just getting into the room, please pick a number from 1 to 100 and put it in chat. It's a giveaway from RTD Vapor for a VAMO, an AGAT2, mesh, and wire. Everything you need to get started on rebuildables from top to bottom, other than juice. So, well, and batteries. Alright, forget I said that. You need a charger, batteries, and juice. You probably need some tools, because you got to torch some mesh. Well, most of the stuff that you need to get started on rebuildables. So, alright, when I say stop, no more numbers, please. Hi, Frank. And stop. Alright, let's see what we got. $18. Let's see, I see Nemesis with an 18. Let me see if there are any other 18s. I don't see any more 18s. I think that might be Nemesis all the way. Let me just scroll through one more time and make sure. Alright. Looks like Nemesis. Congratulations, Nemesis. You won the big giveaway from RTD. I am going to send you a message in chat that will have my email address as per usual. What you're going to do is just shoot me an email with your shipping address, and RTD Vapor will send that right over to you within the next few days. So congratulations on the big RTD giveaway, and RTD Vapor, thank you once again for sponsoring the show and doing the awesome giveaway. So here you go. Alright, so let us move on. It's okay that the giveaways went a little bit long in the beginning of the show today, because for the first time in the history of All Meshed Up with the Hill Giant, the vape mail segment has no vape mail. I did not get any vape mail this week, which is funny because I have a ton of crap on the way, but none of it showed up between last Thursday and today. So yeah, I actually don't have any vape mail to tell you guys about this week. I will tell you about a few interesting things that I do have that'll be coming soon. The Atomo that we talked about earlier, the Black Rhino, and the Elevator. Not sure how soon we'll be getting those, but we'll be talking about those on the show soon. We're also going to be doing, probably, depending on whether or not I get something that I'm waiting on tomorrow or not, we're going to be doing a dripper show, all drippers, in the next few weeks. And maybe next week, maybe not. Next week it's looking like it'll be the pipe show. So if any of you guys are into pipes, we're going to do an all-pipe show in one of the next 2 weeks, probably next week, with the Geppetto, an E-pipe mod pipe, the Vape Syndicate claw pipe, and also a pipe from Mycroft Milverton. Now I know that there are some other really good pipe makers out there as well, but obviously I can only cram so many into one show. and then we'll do the dripper show also. But I've also got a Lux from GP coming that we'll review on the show soon. Senio dripper, which is one that I'm waiting on. Actually, that probably won't be here in time. We'll probably do the pipe show next week, and then the Senio dripper will be on the dripper show hopefully the following week. Yeah, I think that's it. So, Nemesis, it would have come across in chat. Just scroll up until you see something that says like the Hill Giant, and then your name, and then you'll see my email address. It comes across in chat just like all the other messages. So that's what we got coming up. I don't have any vape mail this week, sadly, so nothing to show you guys. But hey, what are you gonna do? So let us move on then and do another giveaway. This time we're gonna do another giveaway before we get into the reviews. This one is a giveaway for a drip tip from Bear Brass Mods. Hold on a moment. That's another one that I'll be reviewing here in the near future. The Bear Brass Mods Hybrid is going to be coming very soon. Titanium Hybrid. It's going to be a 510 titanium mod and also have a addy that screws directly into the tubes on the mod. So, yes, more free stuff. So this is actually a really cool little drip tip. It's a little bit longer than the other ones that I've given away from Bear Brass Mods in the past. This guy, hopefully we'll get it to focus. Come on, little fella. Work with me here. Let's try the hand behind it. This always works, right? Hey, it worked this time. All right. So this little drip tip from Bear Brass Mods, some really nice machine work on this. And just so you guys know, he does not have a CNC. He does all this stuff on a lathe by hand. So this nice little brass drip tip there. Not a stubby. This is, I'd say it's about an inch long or so. Really nice though, and it's got a nice wide bore like all of his drip tips down the center, as you can see, so you get really good airflow. And we're going to give that away right now. So let's see how many we got in the room. Again, we'll do a number from 1 to 100. When I say go in chat, please pick a number from 1 to 100. And the closest is going to win a nice little drip tip from Bear Brass Mods, handmade. So, alright, get ready, here we go, and go. Blam! That's a lot of numbers. You guys must love watching me vape while I watch these numbers roll in. It's the most boring part of my show, I think anyway. Although not for you guys, you win free stuff. It's not boring at all. What am I talking about? Let's see here. Alright, keep them coming, guys. Give you a few more seconds to get any more numbers in. Again, if you're just coming into the room, pick a number from 1 to 100 if you would like to win a handmade, well, you know, on a lathe, but handmade drip tip from Bear Brass Mods. Yum. There you go, Riff Raff. I've actually been making a conscious effort to not say yum after every time I take a pull off of my devices, because I've got some really good juice on these. And again, this week, another week where it's been my pleasure to review these things, because they've been all very good devices. So, Oh, thanks, Jerry. You do too. I like your videos that you do on your phone when you vape in your car. Your in car reviews. Those are my favorite. All right. So last second numbers. Get them in. 1 to 100. You've got a couple seconds, and then I'm gonna say stop and chat. Let's see. What juices am I vaping right now? There you go. Thanks, Greg. You're a classy guy. All right, let's see what we got. No, Jerry is definitely not a girl. Jerry looks like a thinner version of Warren Sapp, according to Freddie. Was that Freddie that said that, or was that James? I don't remember. I'm sorry. I don't mean to get all inside joke on you guys. So let's see here. What do we got? 79 for the drip tip from Bear Brass Mods. Let's see here. What do we have? I see a 74 from Hot Coil. 83 is closer. 80, that's real close. Alright, so Outcast has an 80. Let's see if there are any 78s or 79s. Man, that's a lot of numbers. Jesus. I don't see any 78s or 79s or other 80s. Correct me if I am wrong, please. It looks like 80 from Outcast Vapor is the winner. Just scrolling through one more time to make sure. I'm sure you guys will yell at me if I screw it up. So it looks like Outcast won this one. Alright. Outcast, congratulations. I'm going to send you a message that you'll see come across in chat with my email address. And all you got to do is send me an email with your shipping address, and I will send this little drip tip off to you. So, congrats. Alright. And here it comes. Alright, that's my email address. That message that just came across from me to you. So, just shoot me an email. And include your shipping address in there. We'll get that off to you. So, let's move on. Time for reviews. You are very welcome. Thank you, Bear Brass Mods, for the giveaway. I'm super psyched about that titanium that's coming out. We'll be reviewing that on the show. So, we are going to talk about the Big Ben by Art of the Exhale. So, the Big Ben by Art of the Exhale has kind of flown under the radar so far, and this seems to be the case with pretty much everything by Art of the Exhale until a couple reviews get out there, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this review. You guys know I'm like a borderline fanboy. Actually, Jerry, who's in the room, is too when it comes to the Art of the Exhale stuff. And the reason for that is because the stuff is incredible. It's very innovative, like I said. He does different... I mean, the designs that he's coming up with are different than other stuff that's on the market. You're seeing new things from this modder, you know, which is not the case with a lot of the other devices that you see coming out on the market. You know, there's always like one or two little things that are changed. Pardon me, I need to get some tool out here. But you know, I mean, there's only so many ways you can make a tube mod, and, you know, only so many ways you can make a Genesis Addy. That was why I was so excited about the Arrow last week, because it was such an innovative design. But Art of the Exhale is doing some really, really cool stuff with some of these atomizers. So, yes, I am you're right, Naughty. I am totally an Art of the Exhale fanboy. It's not borderline. It's true. But it's because the stuff's amazing. I almost dropped the F-bomb. Ooh, shame on me. This will be on YouTube later, so I don't want to try. I'm going to try not to drop any F-bombs. But anyway, the Big Ben. So let's talk about the Big Ben. This is the Big Ben from Art of the Exhale. It is big. The name is appropriate. It is a big old titanium Addy. It is tall. It's made basically 100% titanium, with the exception of O-rings and a couple. The body of the device is 100% titanium, and obviously the tank is not. It has a 510 connection, made of solid titanium. Again, titanium floor, pillars, ducting, as he says. So all the airflow is all titanium. The the air hole, similar to the other silica devices that he has, where you have the little air hole on the side here, and the air actually flows in and then up, and then there's a post on the inside that I'll show you guys. The diameter on it is 19 millimeter. The height without a drip tip is tall. It's 75 millimeters tall. So if you're looking for something stealthy, this is not for you. This thing is big. And even the images that he's been posting on Vaporwall have been kind of like showing off that this thing is pretty gargantuan. It holds about 5 milliliters of juice, weighs about 45 grams, so it is super light because it is titanium. And it has adjustable airflow. So what I'm going to do, just so you guys know, is kind of compare the way that this vapes to other similar products on the market, other devices that are designed to be used with silica, eco-wool, cotton type, non-mesh, non-Genesis style wick material, and talk about. You'll see. I'm getting ahead of myself here. So. What comes with this guy? So it comes with a little bag of goodies, okay? You get a little bag of goodies here. It comes with an extra tank, this little plastic bit here. It actually comes with a little plastic drip tip. It comes with a little piece of mesh, but that's not for the wick, and I'll explain that in a little bit. It also comes with extra O-rings, it comes with extra screws, it comes with wire. So it comes with everything that you need to get the thing set up, just like all of the stuff from Art of the Exhale. They give you a bunch of little extras in the bag, little goodie bag. You can also get it with a short body if you want to use it in dripper mode. Okay, I'm going to be discussing it mainly in the primary mode, Big Bend mode, not in dripper mode. But it is available for an extra $25. You can get this titanium dripper top for it and use it as a drip tank, or as a dripper. The base price for it is $130. So again, very reasonable, especially compared to stuff like the K-Fun, which is going for around $200 retail. And the availability isn't too bad. They go on sale every, at least once a month. He usually keeps it open for a week or two. So if you keep an eye on the Art of the Exhale subforum over on Vaporwall, you're going to be able to get your hands on one of these. Not a ton of them sold the last time around, and I'm sure part of that was because of the size, because it is big. But I think the main thing was just because people weren't aware of the device. So let's talk about it. We already went over what it comes with and the dimensions and all that good stuff. I think it's a pretty nice looking device, aside from the fact that it is honking huge. It is really big. The only gripe that I have is that it doesn't really look wonderful on a 22 millimeter device because it is 19 millimeter at the base. This would look good on a 20 millimeter like a Precise or a Mancos 22, or something like this, if you have a pipe with like a 20 millimeter top on it. I think this looks good. This is huge. I mean, if you see this and compare, I have very big hands, and this thing is taller with the drip tip than my hand from tip to palm, so this is quite big. Yeah, it would look good on a Pravari as well. Good point. Because that's got the 19 millimeter top on there as well. So let's talk about the design of this guy, and I want to explain how these features work on this device. So first of all, filling it is super easy. You've got your drip tip, you've got this little top cap here. To fill it, basically you just take this top portion out completely, and there you've got your tank. And then at the bottom of the tank, you'll see there's a little piece, and hopefully autofocus will cooperate here. There's a little piece of mesh that's rolled up. Come on, there you go. Little piece of mesh that's rolled up there and stuck into that hole, okay? You get plenty of replacement mesh. But basically, that little piece of mesh is what's essentially going to control the juice flow through to the wick in the base of the device. Very different design. I don't know why nobody thought of this before, because it's super simple. You don't have to deal with all the different, with the regulating pressure like you do with the K-Fun, and worrying about the flooding and leaking, and with the juice flow control on like an Odysseus or an Ithaca or Penelope. It just works. I mean, and we'll talk about that in a little more detail in a moment. But basically, all you do to fill it is you unscrew this top or the bottom part here that has the juice feed hole, and then fill it. You don't need a syringe. You just pour it right out of the juice bottle until you get to the top. Screw that back on, and you're done. Or you can use a syringe and put the syringe down the center of that little piece of mesh and fill it that way. Now, let me put this back in here. So this just slides right back into the body and snaps down into the device. So it's got a titanium sleeve around the outside of the tank. Now, in the base, I'll show this to you real quick. Got my dirty wick. You can see I've been using this for a while. So this is my little wick that I've got here. What I actually had set up a kind of a the butterfly style wick with the loops on the top. However, I trimmed them a little bit so that they were just the right height to come in contact with the bottom of the tank on the inside there, which I would recommend if you're going to set one of these up. You want the wick to be long enough that it touches that piece of mesh in the juice hole there, but you don't want it to be so long that it's going to restrict the airflow. So, speaking of airflow, you've got a hole down the center, as you can see there, down the center of the tank. And again, with this raised air hole idea that he's got here, you can see that post in the center, and you can see the little air hole there. Come on, focus. Work with me here. Come on, baby. Slocus. We'll try without the hand, and then bring the hand in. You suck. Alright, hold on. Let's take off autofocus. Okay, so here you see what I'm talking about. So you have that center post in between the two, right underneath the coil there. That's where the airflow is going to hit the wick. And you can see the hole right by my fingers there. That's where the airflow comes in. Okay? So basically, and the juice feeding, like I said, because of that little piece of mesh, all that does is it slows the juice flow down to the point where, as long as you have some of the wick touching that piece, you don't have any issues at all with flooding or dry hits. This thing just works. It just works. I am surprised at how well it works, to be quite honest with you. I saw the design, I was like, why has nobody done this super simple design before? And we have all these complicated designs like the K-Fun and like the GG products that are so super complicated and have all of these pressure regulation and all this other garbage, and you go on a plane with it and then you got to have juice emptied into your pocket. Not an issue with this. So then, on top of that, I want to show you something else here. And you may need, a tool to loosen the bottom cap because it's a little bit stiff. So I'm actually using a pair of tweezers to kind of get in there. But this bottom piece here actually comes off as well. And this is going to allow me to show you the other really, really cool little feature. So, inside here, inside the base, you've got, you see the air hole you got on the side. Inside the base, there's 3 holes there and that screw. The air is coming in the hole in the side of this piece right here and going in through those 3 air holes, okay? Now inside that brass piece there, I'm going to show this to you real quick, so bear with me. So you need to unscrew this. Now you don't have to do this in use. I am just disassembling this to show this to you. So there is inside the center of this, so you got this little brass piece that I just took out. Inside the center of that little brass piece, there is a pin. Can you see that little thing pointing out there, that little pin? It comes to a cone. It's a cone and it comes to a point, okay? That is a adjustable pin that allows you to adjust the airflow here. So what you do is basically you stick a 1/16 inch, so I guess that would be a 1.5 millimeter, so a 1.5 millimeter or a 1/16 inch Allen key into this hole, which is the hole inside the center of the 510 connection, and you turn the Allen key, and that adjusts this pin up and down, which then can adjust the airflow. You can tighten it all the way to completely sealed if you wanted to. So this device actually does have, and I didn't even realize it when I first got it until I was checking out the features online, this device does have adjustable airflow. And hold on one moment while I put it back together. Again, now, like I said, in practice, you do not need to disassemble it like I just did to adjust the airflow. I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like on the inside there. So now again, it's assembled again. You've got the three, little holes there. We'll put this little piece back on the bottom, and I'll show you again how this is how you adjust the airflow here. Let me get the threads lined up here. There we go. Okay. Let's get that on there nice and snug. There we go. So all that you do if you want to adjust the airflow, again, now it's completely assembled. You don't have to disassemble it to do it. I just wanted to show you that. That little hole in the center of the 510 pin, that is an Allen key screw in there. 1/16 inch, or I believe 1.5 millimeter. Just push that in there and turn it, tighten it to tighten the draw, and loosen it to open up the draw. And you can get anywhere from, I believe, 1.3 or 1.4 millimeter all the way to as tight as you possibly can get. So you really have quite a bit of flexibility there with the draw on the device, which is really cool. And kind of like the K-Fun where you need a little tiny screwdriver. With this, you need an Allen key to do it. But once you adjust it one time, you don't need to worry about it again. It's good to go, no issues. So, so that's kind of what it looks like, all inside and out. It's really easy to fill. It's got adjustable airflow. I haven't had any issues at all with this thing over wicking or under wicking, or no dry hits, nothing. And I've got it set up with I think I have it set up with a 0.9 or a 1 ohm coil. So I'm getting really good, warm vape, really good flavor. Let's talk about how it vapes actually. Let me take a couple puffs off of it. Hold on. As you can see, the vapor production is fantastic. Oh, so good. So, yeah, I mean, the flavor and the vapor is fantastic on it. It's nice and warm. And that is one of the nice things about a silica device, is that you will typically get, it will be a warmer vapor that you get most of the time, unless you're talking about a really, really tiny chamber, like on the Mini Micro or something like that. You could technically set this up with mesh as well. It's going to be a little tougher though to get it just the exact size that you need, because you would need the mesh wick to be touching that mesh that comes out of the base of the tank of juice, or else I think it will flood if you don't actually have your wick material touching that. But it's not difficult to set it up so that it does, because this top cap isn't screw-in. So once you set your wick up and you push the wick, you coil it, you push the wick up when you tighten this, you can just pop this part off and then look down in there to see where the wick is, and then line the mesh piece up with it and pop it back down in there. Because, like I said, this isn't threaded. So, and as I said, the quality of the vapor, the warmth of the vapor, the flavor I'm getting from this thing is just absolutely fantastic. And it holds a lot of juice. In summary, as far as the positives and negatives go, it's really easy to set up. It's not finicky at all, especially compared to some of these other silica addies on the market right now. It's like you get the same kind of vape that you get from the Promete, which you guys know I love the Promete, except you have adjustable airflow, a larger juice capacity, and you don't have to deal with filler. So it's like, you're basically talking about, it looks very different obviously, but you're basically talking about a Promete with no filler, adjustable airflow, and a larger juice capacity. And as you guys know, the Promete was my favorite silica addy, so guess what? I have a new favorite silica addy, and it's the Big Ben from Art of the Exhale. I think it's better than the Promete. You can convert it into drip mode like the Promete, as I said. It's definitely better than the K-Fun. It's a very similar vape to the K-Fun, but it doesn't have all the finicky bullshit that you have to deal with the K-Fun. I know kind of once you get the hang of the K-Fun, it doesn't leak and stuff, but still, I don't trust the valve on it. That little tiny thing is going to break eventually, in my opinion. I feel like it's over-engineered. This is a much simpler design. It's much less finicky. It's a lot easier to fill. It's great. So, and it's also a lot cheaper. How can you go wrong? Highly recommend it. This is the Big Ben, as I said, from Art of the Exhale. The only negatives is it's really tall. That's pretty much it. And it doesn't have a Pyrex tank also. So if you are vaping something that's going to be a corrosive juice, like some of the citrusy stuff and fluid and things like that, then maybe this isn't for you. The Promete would actually be a better fit because it's all titanium. Even the juice tank is titanium as well. Otherwise, I would say Big Ben all the way. This thing rocks. It's awesome. So yeah, and it also has a drip mode. This little guy here, I know I didn't really talk about it on the review, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Basically, you take this whole tank off. You've already got this part set up as a dripper. You just pop this little guy on, and then you've got a drip tank too. So that is the Big Ben from Art of the Exhale. Absolutely love this thing. Once again, Art of the Exhale does it again. This is my new favorite silica atomizer. Just as good a vape, if not better, that you get on any of the other ones without all the BS. And it's so much easier to set up. Well, actually, the K-Fun's pretty easy to set up, but it's so much easier to set up than like an Ithaca. You don't have to deal with, it's no non-resistance wire. It's just regular resistance wire. That's all you need. So I'm going to take another vape and then we'll move on. Oh yeah. Yum! There it is. Alright, let's see. What do we have next? I want to talk more about the Squape. I can't wait to get one of those things just so I can say that over and over again. Ooh, Squape. Alright. So, we are going to do another giveaway. This one will be from... I'm running a little bit over. I think that review went a little longer than I intended. My apologies. This giveaway is going to be from Vape Syndicate. This is for a 30 milliliter bottle of juice from Vape Syndicate in your choice of flavor. And obviously your choice of nic level, and also PG-VG ratio if you want a custom PG-VG ratio. So, again, we're going to do a number from 1 to 100. If you are not familiar with Vape Syndicate, you should check out their website. I'm sure Jedi's going to link it for you. There it is. They have awesome juice. They do really good tobacco blends. He also makes really nice drip tips. He's also working on some mods as well, so we're going to see some kind of small production um, mods from him. He already did the run of pipes a few months back, so really cool stuff. The drip tips go on sale at noon Eastern time on Fridays when he puts them up. Sometimes he doesn't put them up, depends on if he had time to make them that week. And also, he's got the juice up there too, so... but yeah, these are not really tobacco-y tobacco vapes. They're more like a tobacco sweet blend. Like if you've ever tried Gorilla Juice, for example, from from AVE, they have Vape Syndicate has something that's I don't want to call it similar because it doesn't taste the same, but it's called Jungle Fever. That's a banana tobacco blend that's kind of like that. It's like a sweet banana tobacco-y kind of. It's like a sweet savory thing going on there. It's really good. So definitely check them out. Yeah, I'm actually not a big tobacco vape person either, and I really like the juices from Vape Syndicate. So, anyway, let's move on and do the giveaway. When I say go, yep, this giveaway is for a 30 milliliter bottle of juice from Vape Syndicate, your choice of flavor. So, when I say go in chat, pick a number from 1 to 100, please. And go. No, just one win per show, Chain Fogger. I made an exception for the RTD giveaway because it was such a large giveaway. But you can, if you want to participate in the giveaway and piff it to somebody else. If you're not familiar with piffing, it means pay it forward. So like if you, so even though even if you've won already, you could win and say, you know, I piff to some other person. Just please, you know, put it in your message with your number if you want to do it. So, like what Dharma did, 47 piff to Re, for example. You can do that. Let's see. All right, keep the numbers rolling. Alright, and a couple more seconds, and then we will stop. Let's see who won. That's tasty. That is a tasty treat. Alright, stop. Let's see what we got. Oh, Midnight's just in time with the 77. Let's see. Alright. 99 again! Luftballons. What do we got? It's only fitting since I'm about to review a German device. Do we even have anybody in the 90s? I don't even know. You guys all picked low numbers. Let's see. I see a 77. There's another 77. There's 88 from Norway. 88 from Shane. 89 from Vape with Kyle. I think that's it. I do believe Vape with Kyle is the winner. Correct me if I'm wrong. I do not see anyone closer to 99. Alright. Congratulations. You are the winner, Vape with Kyle. I am going to send you a message in just a second with my email address. What you're going to do is you're going to go to vapesyndicate.com, and you are going to pick out the juice flavor that you want, and send me an email with the flavor you want, the nicotine level that you want. If you want a custom PG-VG ratio, put that in there as well. And please make sure that you put your shipping address in there too. And I will send all that along to Vape Syndicate, and you will get a 30 milliliter bottle of Vape Syndicate juice in the mail in not too long. So here comes my email address. There you go. That's my email, so send that off when you have a moment. Congratulations. And let us move on and talk about the Orion V3. So, first off, this device has been out for a little bit now, and I wanted to review it because a lot of people have been waiting for this thing a long time, even though, you know, a lot of people have already bought it. I try to do reviews before stuff gets out into the market too much. The reason, because I think my reviews are more beneficial to people if they see them before they make a purchase, obviously. So I try to get the reviews out there as early as I possibly can, and there are occasions where sometimes I'll have a mod for a long time and I just won't even have time to do a review, which has happened before. So I wanted to do this one though, even though I've had it for a few weeks, because there was a lot of... So I don't want... You guys, as you guys know, as the people that watch my show know, I don't watch reviews. I try to avoid any kind of negativity or positivity, whatever, revolving around a product that comes out before I have a chance to review it. Because I don't want to be influenced by other people's opinions on a device. With this one, though, there was a lot of negativity kind of surrounding this device when it first came out. A lot of people were complaining about it. A lot of people didn't like the electronics, didn't like the limitations of 15 watts as a max on the device. But I said, you know what, I want to give this thing a fair shake. So I'm going to try setting it up a few different ways. And really see if I can kind of maximize the potential of this device, because it's really well made. So that's what we're going to do. So the Orion V3, it is not an inexpensive device. This is a very finely crafted device. It's got pretty high-end electronics in it that are very compact. It's really exceptionally well made and does carry a large price tag because of that. So the device is €250, not dollars, but euro, so it is not cheap. All of the components of the device, with the exception of M2 screws, the washers, and the O-rings, are made specifically for the Orion. You know, nothing on it is any kind of, you know, stock product. Even the glass tanks were built specifically for this device. The springs, the threaded rod, all the components, they're all stainless steel. And one thing that's unique about the device is it's actually made from one solid piece of steel, not separate pieces of pipe. So and then, you know, machined out of that one piece of steel. All the individual segments machined from the same piece of steel. So the height of the device in 18350 mode is 122 millimeters. That does include the drip tip, because it does have a built-in drip tip. 650 is 155 millimeters. It sounds bigger than it is. It's actually not that big, because keep in mind, like I said, it has electronics. It is a hybrid, so it has the Addy on it as well, and it also has the drip tip on it as well. It's actually a pretty compact device. The diameter of the body is 22.5 millimeters, and then the diameter of the cap portion and the tank portion are 20 millimeters. Let's Let me take a vape real quick, and then we'll take this guy apart. So, and this is what it looks like. So, I think it's a really nice looking device. If you're familiar with the Orion, this will look familiar. It's got a mixed media blasted finish on it, though, which is a little bit different. And it's got the NoSmoker logo on there with the blacksmith working the anvil. So, as you can see here, I have it in 650 mode. So, if you want to take it out of 650 mode, you take out this little middle segment here. I'll show you what it looks like in 350 mode. It can also be used with stacked batteries if you want to as well. I'm going to talk about some of the electronics, but I'm not going to get too detailed with the way the electronics work. I'll just mention a few of the features. So this is the device in 350 mode. This is a very compact hybrid. Okay, I'm going to show this to you next to a 14500 battery with a mini micro on top. It's actually taller with the drip tip than the Orion in 350 mode. So it's very, very compact, and keep in mind the Addy on top of this is minuscule. This is a mini micro. So it's very, very compact. Let's get the battery back on there and screw this whole thing back together. The threading is very, very smooth. The machine quality on this is exceptional, which is not surprising. Other products from NoSmoker have been of this quality as well. Let me talk about a couple of the features of the electronics real quick. I'm not going to go through the whole menu. You guys know what a menu on an electronic device looks like. You have wattage up, wattage down, read the ohms, blah, blah, blah. So, this does have the ability, though, to control the minimum voltage output of your battery to protect it from over discharge, and you can actually control that on the menu, which is nice. You've got your power control. It's got timing limited power output, so it actually can shut off. It'll shut off if you try to take too long a drag. So if you accidentally hold the button too long, it's pressing against something, it will stop firing. Short circuit protection, reverse polarity protection, and then I mentioned the deep discharge protection. It's got its own internal temperature check, auto power off after 30 minutes. Like I said, the resistance measurement, voltage measurement. Yeah, I mean, and a ton of other features that I'm not going to get into the details, like I said. If you guys want to read up on it, the information's on Vaporwall. If you want to get into the details, I just don't have the time to do it on the show and keep this to a 15-20 minute review. So, I will show you what the display looks like. It's kind of a nice looking green LED there, as you can see. I've got it set to 15 watts. It has adjustable airflow control. So this is actually one of the things that's really interesting about this device. So the top cap has the integrated drip tip there. You take the top cap off, and you have your coil and your wick, and then you have this weird, funky little scuba thing over to the side next to the wick there. See that? So what that is that's actually where the air comes in from the air hole. And what that does is, first of all, it allows you to turn this ring that you see here with the little holes on it. Bastard. Not going to focus. Anyway, you turn the ring here with the little holes on it, and you can adjust the airflow as you want. And you can see inside the hole to kind of line the holes up to get the airflow the way that you want it. The top cap doesn't have a hole in it, so that means that you're not going to have leaking out of the air hole if it gets tipped onto its side. Still can potentially leak out of the air hole or the drip tip hole on the top, obviously, but it's not going to leak out of the side hole. And that does allow, it's a very interesting, different airflow control design than we've seen on some other devices. The nice thing about it is it doesn't interfere with the Addy deck, so it's really easy to build. And it's a simple single wick setup with a wrap and trap just like the other Orion devices. I'm going to talk a little bit about the setup I have on here in just a little bit, but as you can see, it's got a very high raised threaded addy deck. The top cap screws into it, and there is not a lot of room in this top cap. It's got a very thick wall. It is not very tall. You can see how much room there is between where the threading ends and the top cap. I know that's a little bit blurry, but hopefully you guys can get an idea. It's very tight in there and very compact, which obviously, you know, is going to increase the flavor like I've talked about. Now, let's talk about the build on this. A lot of people, like I said, were complaining about the fact that this only goes up to 15 watts. I've been vaping it at 15 watts pretty much the whole time that I've had it. I tried a few different builds. Somebody was complaining to me about how, you know, they did like a 3-wrap of, you know, 30 gauge or something, and they weren't getting a lot of vapor, and they weren't getting good flavor, even vaping it at 15 watts. And I was like, well, all right, I guess. Let me take a look at the way this is designed. So if you, the way it's designed, I think that the issue that some people are having is maybe because of the way that that snorkel works. Because it's so close to the wick, I think that maybe people are having issues with not actually getting airflow over the coils themselves, which is going to make you get less vapor production, because the air traveling directly over the coils as they're glowing, or not glowing, but as they're heating, is what's going to produce a lot of vapor. That's why, you know, bigger air hole directly lined up over the coil is going to give you more vapor. So I think that might be part of the problem that people were having. I also tried switching different types of wire, and what I ended up with was I thought, okay, well, let's try putting as much coil surface area on this thing as we can and let the electronics do the work. So what I did was I took 0.8 millimeter Kanthal and I wrapped it around that bugger 6 times, as you can see. So there's very little space on that wick that does not have coil in contact with it. Okay, it's almost all coil on there, as you can see, and I noticed a drastic improvement in the quality of the vape from this thing when I did that. So, you know, and it makes sense because you've got more surface area on the coil. It's going to vaporize more juice. You're going to get better flavor that way. You know, and it's okay to put more wraps and more wraps because the power is regulated by the electronics, not by how many wraps you put on the device. So I think maybe, you know, I mean, not to say that people that have reviewed this device don't know what they're doing, but I think that maybe the people that have reviewed this device so far didn't really give it a fair shake and set it up the same way that they were setting up you know, on their mechanical devices, and didn't try a few different setups. You know, I think maybe people are forgetting that, you know, how to use you know, an electronic device, even though electronics were all the rage for a while, you know, a year and a half ago, and the Pravari was the hottest thing on the market. So I think that that's part of the problem that people are having, because even though this thing only goes up to 15 watts, let me tell you, it doesn't vape like it's at 15 watts. It has a very small top chamber. It gets very warm in there, especially set up this way, the way that I have it with the 6 wraps of 0.8 Kanthal on there. And I have not experienced the issue that a lot of other people are having with not getting vapor production that they want, not getting the flavor that they want. I mean, here, let me just show you the vapor production that I'm getting off of this with this specific setup here. Does that look like I'm having a problem with vapor production? Seriously. I mean, you know, and I'm not, you know, it's not like I bored any holes out on this thing. I'm just using the stock air holes. So, here, let me take another vape. Vapor production's fantastic. It's thick, flavorful, warm, and I'm operating this thing at 15 watts. Um, Again, I think people are getting ahead of themselves with this device, kind of ruling it out just because it only goes up to 15 watts because they vape at 20 watts. It's electronic. You have more flexibility with the coil. You can throw as much coil on there as you want pretty much, as long as it's within reason. You're not going to be able to put a 5 ohm coil on there and have it operate properly, but I really like this thing, I have to say. Um, I think that the price is high, but the quality of the device is good, and it has really high-end electronics in it as well, even though they only go up to like 15 watts, like I said. And that's why the price tag is what it is, and it's very well engineered. And I think it looks great. It's really compact. I am definitely a fan of this thing. Um, I know other people don't like it. It's not, I know I saw you guys mention JC. It's not just JC. I've heard from many people in my feeble attempt at trying to avoid any feedback on this device. I heard from a number of people that I know that either review or have shows like I do, or just like to buy all this high-end stuff, that they really didn't like this. But I do. I think it's good. I think that maybe people should try setting up differently before they rule this out. And even in talking, and this is going to sound kind of crazy, but even in talking to NoSmoker, when I told him how I set this up, he actually said that he didn't think that this was an ideal setup for it. But I tried a bunch of different setups on it. Like I said, I tried using 32 gauge, 30 gauge, 28 gauge, various different number of wraps, and then I switched over to this kind of almost solid wrap of 0.8 millimeter Canthal, and it's vaping absolutely tremendous. And even at 15 watts, like I said, and I typically vape around 20 watts personally. So yeah, it's good. The flavor's really good. I'm gonna take another vape, and then we're gonna move on. So, I mean, in summary, overall, I really like this device. Um, I think people need to give it another chance, rather than just automatically dismissing it because of the fact that it's electronic and does and it only goes up to 15 watts. Doesn't matter. It works really well. You get a really good vape off of it. I'm getting a comparable amount of flavor and warmth as I would from vaping a mechanical device, at 20 watts. So I'm happy with it. I think it's good. I would recommend this device. All right. So, the only negatives, um, you don't have the ability to go crazy with, the setup on it because it is electronic. One thing I will say, I didn't have any issues with it not firing because I was working out hotspots, which was really nice. I didn't have issues with getting spammed with error codes while I was setting it up, so I don't know why that is. Maybe it can handle a higher amp limit, and the short protection on it is higher end. I don't know, but I found it very easy to set up. No issues there. Yeah, overall, like I said, I really like the device. There's really not a whole lot that I don't like about it. Um, yeah, I would recommend the Orion V3. So there you have it. That's my review of the Orion V3. Let's move on. I'm going over, and I still have another review to do, and we got more giveaways to do too. So let's go and give some more stuff away. This one, we are going to give away a big sample pack from E6 Vapors. E6 Vapors has awesome juice. I'm pretty much addicted to Legend that they have. Um, I like a lot of their other juices, but that's been like one of my go-tos for the past couple weeks now. So highly recommend Legend. A lot of other good stuff too. Check out their website. They have some nice mods on there too, and a lot of beginner stuff as well. So if you're looking for some good prices on some gear, check them out as well. Definitely highly recommend the juice though. So let us see how many people we have in the room. Alright, we're going to do a number from 1 to 100 again, okay? So, for this one, oh, I didn't even say what it is. The giveaway is actually a big sample pack. 36 milliliters of juice. 6 milliliter bottles. So, you get to pick what 6 flavors that you want if you win, and obviously your Nick level and so on. So, when I say go, you're going to pick a number from 1 to 100, and the winner is going to win a big sample pack from E6 Vapors. So, go. Hey, Capone's Pops. Caps lock is cruise control for cool. It also makes me think you're yelling at Kentucky Josh. It's alright, I'm allowed to harass Capone's Pops. I know him in real life. IRL. Nathan did it? Did he really? Tell Nathan Big Mike says hi. Nice. Alright, keep them coming, guys. Did he really? He said Mike when he saw me? Aw, that's cute. Nathan is one of Capone's Pop's kids, by the way, who I've met. And apparently he remembers me. Alright, a few more seconds, guys. Get your numbers in. 1 to 100. This is, again, for E6 Vapors. Big sample pack, 36 milliliters of juice, 6 bottles of 6 milliliter. And stop. Let's see what we got. Oops. Scheiße, I hit the wrong button. There we go. 100! Wow! Did anyone pick 100? Alright, let's see. 90 from Medler. You guys all picking low numbers. I think the 90 might win it. I don't see... Well, 483 is a pretty big number. Yes, I saw you corrected that. It looks like 90 is the winner. Alright, Medler, congratulations. Yeah, sometimes the random number generator acts strange. We had one show, I think it was a couple months ago, where I think the number 4 was rolled 3 times in a row. That was kind of funny. But, alright, very cool. 90, Medler, congratulations. I am going to send you a message. You'll see it come over in chat with my email address. What you're going to do is send me an email with the 6 flavors that you want from E6 Vapors, the nicotine level that you want the juice to be in, and if you want a custom PG-VG ratio, please include that in there as well. And also make sure you include your shipping address so we can get it out to you. So, congratulations. Here comes my email. Just look for it in chat. There you go. Congrats. So, let's move on. Like I said, I'm going way over tonight. I'm sorry, guys. We've only... Well, we're just going to have to go after 10 because I want to do a little bit of Q&A at the end as usual. So, we are going to next review the JM16. So, now, first off, I want to address something with JM mods. This is something that I've kind of seen happen over the last kind of month or two, where there's been kind of a lot of hate toward JM mods. So because they did a number of price changes with the JM22. The JM16's been the same price the whole time, from what I understand, but the JM22 changed prices a couple times, and there was a reason for it, though. My understanding is the device originally was released so that they could, it was released at cost, so that they could get the device out, kind of build a name for themselves a little bit. They weren't making any money off of it. It was basically kind of a marketing investment so that they could get the name out a little bit. They increased the price, obviously, to start profiting from the mods, which makes sense. That's why you would do this. You become a mod maker so that you can do it for a living. And then there was another increase because they changed the machine shop because they weren't happy with the work that the machine shop they were using was doing, because these are made on a CNC. And that caused a price increase. And then there was a fourth price increase because they improved the quality of the materials that they were using. And I know for a fact that the original JM22 was a lower quality tube. It was a welded tube, whereas the newer ones are using a higher quality grade, and they are not welded tubes, they're solid tubes. So I just wanted, excuse me, I think I have the hiccups. I just wanted to get that out there at the beginning of the review, because I think that there've been, I mean, maybe not a lot, but there's been some hate kind of directed at JM mods lately, and I don't think that that's fair. Because there is a legitimate reason for why the price has gone up, and it's not like the thing is exorbitantly expensive now. It's still a reasonably priced mod and in line with other mods of that quality on the market. So there that is. I just wanted to say that real quick. So let us move on and talk about the mod. So this retails, let me show it to you real quick. So this is the brass version. It's a kind of a patinaed brushed brass JM22. It retails for €100. 16 millimeter diameter, hence the name. 77.5 millimeter length. Takes 14,500 batteries. Brass top and button connection points. The spring, there is no current going through the spring, so obviously it's not going to affect the voltage. Typical voltage drops are going to be 0.09 to 0.14, so the performance on the device is very, very good. You can get it in stainless steel brushed, and they also have a limited edition brass. This is the brass one. And then there's two different style top caps. I got the flat one. As you can see, there's no air grooves in there as I rotate it, and then you can also get one that has air grooves and allow you to use something like, Cardo tanks or Penelopes or something along those lines that has the air traveling through the 510 connection points. So, like I said, the tube is solid on this one. It is not welded, and the insulators are constructed of Delrin. It also has a laser engraved logo on the bottom as well. Come on, focus. Please, there it is. Alright, there you go. So you can see the laser engraved JM logo on the bottom. JASIC and Marek. So that's what the JM stands for. So let's talk about this mod. Let me show you what it looks like under or inside the button real quick. And JM Mods is actually here in the chat room, so if you guys have any questions about the device, feel free to ask while he's here. So the inside of the button, as you can see, has the Delrin insulator where the battery sits, and then there is the brass button, or the brass connection point. It has a knurled lock ring on it as well, as you can see. Very smooth threading on the lock ring, very smooth threading across the device. Screw that back in there. Nice and snug. The firing button is via spring. This is actually one of my only complaints about the device. It's a little bit stiff. I wish that the button were a little bit softer. Maybe a softer spring in the next version, I think, might be a little bit better. But it's not too stiff. It's actually not as stiff as the Bagua with magnets, but it is a little bit stiff. So I haven't had any issues with, I know some people with some devices, if they're too stiff, they push on the button and they end up sliding the mod up in their hand. I haven't had a problem with that. So. Let's see on the top cap here. So the top cap has an adjustable positive pin so that you can adjust for battery rattle. Now the way that this works is you've got a brass threaded pin that basically you thread into the Delrin piece. First thing that you do is you would screw your Addy down all the way like I have here with my little mini micro, as you can see, and then you thread that pin in, and then you put the bolt on, and you can adjust the bolt that you see, or I'm sorry, the nut that you see on the bottom there, to get rid of battery rattle. Oh, come on, focus for me, will you? Ah, terrible. Hold on a sec. Let me take off the autofocus here. Give me 1 second. Alright, so as you can see here, you've got that little nut on the bottom there that allows you to adjust it to accommodate for battery rattle. And that pin you screw in once you get the device sitting nice and flush. And you can see how nice and flush that sits there. There's absolutely no gap whatsoever between the Addy and the mod there. So, let's see. So we'll screw that back on here, which is really nice. You guys know I really hate battery rattle, and as you can see, or hear, or don't hear anything, there is no battery rattle on here. Let me get rid of the autofocus. Okay. So, what else? Let's see. I already gave you the dimensions. Let's talk about the quality of the vape from this guy. So it's a 14500 mod, so one of the things that you need to be careful with, especially if you're using dual coils like I am on this mini micro, you don't want to go too low with the ohms because you got to be careful of the amp limit on a 14500 battery. Depending on the battery, it could range anywhere from 5 to 8 amps, I believe, is the typical volt limit, or the typical amp limit, I'm sorry, on a 14500 battery. So you gotta just, make sure that you do the calculations and, pay attention to the amp output before you go putting, like a 0.6 ohm dual coil or something on here. I'm vaping at right around 1 ohm on this guy, so let's see how it vapes. Now, of course, the flavor and vapor that I'm getting from this is fantastic. I'm using a mini micro on here, which, as you guys know, I've said before, this is the most flavorful, warm vape I've ever gotten off of a Genesis style atomizer. Come on, Frank, get down. So I'm cheating a little bit, but it's hitting just as hard as any other quality device that I've used this on. The Bagua, I've used this on top of some larger mechanical devices, 22mm stuff, Caravella, Nemesis, Pulse, and it hits. I can't notice the difference between the performance across the board. It hits hard, works very well. Let me take another vape. As you can see, very good. And I actually need to change the battery. I've had this battery in here pretty much all day. It's getting a little weak. But I'm still getting very good vapor and flavor. Awesome. So, the performance of the device, fantastic. The threading's on it, super smooth. The design, I like the look. It's got a, I like the little grooves on the bottom. It's got a kind of a unique look, even though it's very simple. I think the logo looks nice. I think the knurling, they did a good job with the knurling on this, because one of the things that I don't like about the knurling on some devices and on some lock switches is the knurling on it isn't flush with the rest of the device. It actually sticks out a little bit. That is not the case with this one. It's actually flush, nice and smooth. So, hold on. Nope. Had to bust out the squirt bottle there. Like I said, the only complaint that I have about this guy is the switch is a little bit stiff. You could probably clip a little bit of the spring off if you wanted to. But that's it. Everything else about it is great. I think it's a really good quality 16mm device. Like I said, like with any 14500 mod, you don't want to push the limits of your battery. So just be careful with what kind of coil you build on top of there. But it's a great stealth vape. It's very pocketable. It's nice and small. I mean, you can see just I'll hold it up in my hand here, my giant meat mitt. I can almost cover the whole thing with my hand minus the drip tip, and that's with the mini micro on top. So it's very compact. Like I said, good pocket device, and it's well made, well built, and everything about it I really like. Like I said, threads are really clean, lock ring's real smooth, hits well, performs well. I think I don't love, actually one other thing, I don't love the positive pin design on it, the nut and the screw. It's a little cumbersome to mess around with, but it's not too bad. I actually like it better on the 16 because you're only dealing with one battery size, so you don't have to switch out pins. So that makes it a little bit easier. So yeah, that's it. So overall, definitely recommend this device. I think it's a good device. If you're looking for a smaller device, something to use smaller atomizers on top of, 16mm addies, 14mm addies, like an Avis or a Mini B or a Mini Micro or any of the other 16mm or smaller addies out there, I would definitely recommend the JM16. So there you have it. That is my review of the JM16 from JM Mods. Yes, actually, Chris, the GP PAPS telescope screw does fit in it. In fact, that's what I was using on the JM22 when I did the review of that one. I put the GP PAPS pin in there. So you can use that on there if you want to. So let's move on. We're going to do one more giveaway, and then we're going to do our little Q&A. So we're going to do a giveaway from Boondock Vapes, my friends over at Boondock, which if you haven't checked them out, you should. boondockvapes.com. Jedi's going to throw the link up in here for me in just a second. Boondock Vapes is hold on one sec. There we go. Let's see how many people we have. Alright, we're actually going to do 1 to 75 on this one, but so Boondock Vapes has some really, really good juices. I really like their fruit blends, as I've said. Their mango is one of my favorite vapes of all time. This month, oh interesting, and in chat Boondock Vapes is here, and they said that they are 1 year old this month. So they're going to do a special, oh cool, they're going to do a special giveaway. Instead of giving away the normal 4 6-milliliter bottle sample pack, they are going to give away 4 15-milliliter bottles. So you're going to get 60 milliliters of juice if you win this. Yes, happy birthday Boondock, and thanks for doing the awesome giveaway. So whoever wins this giveaway is going to get 60 mils of juice, 4 different flavors. You get to pick the 4 flavors and the nick and everything, obviously. So let's see. When I say go in chat, you're going to pick a number from 1 to 75. And closest to the random number generator is going to win 60 milliliters of juice in sample pack form from Boondock Vapes. There we go. No, I am not going to sing happy birthday to Boondock Vapes. Delicious. One of these days I'm going to figure out why my damn video gets laggy over the course of the broadcast. I still don't know why that is, because it didn't used to. Oh well. Alright, keep them coming, guys. This stuff is weird. So I'm vaping Maharas right now. I know, I'm sorry Boondock, I'm talking about a juice that you don't make. I'm still trying to figure out if I like this stuff or not. This is Maharas from Mad Murdoch. It's like vaping incense, but I don't hate it though. And I you know, at the first time I took a puff off it, I was like, that is weird. I don't know if I'm gonna like this, but for some reason I can't stop. I don't know. It's strange. You know, you asked me what flavor it is. If you're asking me what the flavor profile is, I have no idea. It tastes like vaping incense. That's all I can say. It's called Maharas. So, anyway, back to Boondock Vapes, though. That's what we're talking about right now. So, let's see. Give you guys a couple more seconds, and then we'll stop. Thank you, Jedi. And stop. Let's see what we got. If it's 99 again. Okay, there we go. 61. Alright, let's see. I see a 62 from Hot Coil. I like that name. Let's see. I don't see... Oh, 62 from Nemesis. Piff. I am going to give it to Hot Coil, though, if it's a tie, just because Hot Coil hasn't won. I don't see any 60s or 61s, though, so it seems to me... Let me just check one more time. It looks like Hot Coil is the winner. Alright, congratulations, Hot Coil. You've won 60 milliliters of juice from Boondock Vapes. I am going to send you a message right now. It's going to come across in chat with my email address. What you're going to do is you're going to go to boondockvapes.com, which Jedi just linked in chat there. Pick out the 4 flavors that you want. Send me an email with the 4 flavors, the nic level that you want. If you want a custom PG-VG ratio, put that in there as well. And also, please make sure you include your shipping address in the email. And here comes the message with my email address. There you go. Congratulations, and thank you, Boondock, and happy birthday. Thank you for doing the special giveaway with extra juice. That's a lot of juice. 60 milliliters will keep you busy for a while. So, alright, let's do a little bit of Q&A. I know we're going to go over, but we don't have any shows on after mine, so thank you guys for staying late, those of you that are still here, since it's already 10. So, for those that are new to the show, what we do at the end of the show, depending on how much time we have left, is 10 to 15 minutes of question and answer. You're welcome to ask any questions that you want, anything about any of the devices we've talked about tonight. There's the JM is here if you have any questions about JM mods. There's anything rebuildable, whatever you want to ask. It's open discussion, open forum. The reason that I do this is because I've got a lot going on during the reviews and everything, and looking at notes and stuff, and I have a tough time keeping up on chat. And I apologize if anybody asked me anything during the show and I didn't respond. It's very hard for me to follow the chat as we go through the show. So that's why we do this at the end. So if there's anything that I missed earlier in the show, feel free to ask it again, and whatever else you want to talk about. So let's see. Boxers. The question was boxers or briefs. The answer for me is boxers. Yes, Art of the Exhale does make a couple different mesh Genesis devices. One of which is my favorite Genesis device, which is the Hydra, which is a 19mm Genesis Addy. They also make the Crystal, which is a 22mm Genesis atomizer, which is also really good, but the Hydra is my favorite. Let's see. If you're going to be using an HH357 on a mechanical mod, so if you're going to be using it on like the Sageli number 20, I would get the lowest resistance that they make personally, but I like a warm vape. So it really depends on whether you like a warm vape or not. But I would go with the lowest one available personally. I haven't tried Eco Wool in a Genesis. I have tried it in a silica atomizer, and my experience with it was that it's good, but it didn't quite wick as well as silica. However, I didn't really give it a fair shake, which is why I haven't really talked about it on my show. I actually have some more coming in a couple different sizes, and I'm going to test it out and talk about it on the show on an upcoming episode of the show. So stay tuned. We'll be talking about Eco Wool here in the near future, using it in various different ways as a sleeve on a mesh wick, as a replacement for mesh wick, in silica addies, etc. So we'll do a nice thorough review of Eco Wool. Hotspots on the RSST from negative screw to wick. Typically, when you get a hotspot on the top or on the bottom in any device, it's because the wick is pressing against the side wall of the wick hole, which causes a short, a very small short inside the wick hole. So what I would recommend is try to center the wick inside the wick hole. Make sure it's not in there too snug. You want it to be loose. You want juice to be able to travel around the outside, and try to get it centered in there, and hopefully that'll help you get rid of some of those hot spots. So oh, very good. I'm glad you enjoyed the your first time watching the show. I hope I hope you enjoyed it, along with it being informative for you. Thank you. Let's see. Interesting. You've got Eco in a T2. Yeah, I'm gonna try it on a bunch of different stuff, so I'll report back. I just don't like, just like the mods, I try not to, base my feedback on something based on what I've read other people have said. So, as far as the Eco Wool goes, I'm gonna hold off on really commenting on that too much until I give it a real thorough review, at least for a week. So, Lowest ohm to vape and still be safe on a Bolt. The Bolt is 18650, but I think the Bolt has an electronic switch, and I don't know what the limitations of the electronic switch are. So what I would do is I would actually check with the person you bought the Bolt from and see if you can find out if there's an amp limit on the switch in the Bolt, and that would be how I would determine how low you can go with the ohms. Capone's Pop says 0.6, but I think he just made that up. I don't know. He might be right. He knows more about a lot of this stuff than I do. So, I am by no means an expert or a guru, despite what some people have to say. I'm sorry if a lot of the show comes off as gibberish to the new viewers. I hope you were able to learn something. I should do like a special kind of introductory to vaping episode of the show or something in the future. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I would say at 0.9 you're probably fine, riffraff. But I would check on it. You know, especially if you're going to do like a 0.9 dual coil, because the dual coil raises the amps. So, yeah, just check on the switch. I think you'll be good. All right. Anything else? Any other questions, guys, before we wrap up? I'll give you a few seconds if you have any last minutes. But I do want to say thank you guys for coming by. I appreciate it. You know, especially the new people that have come to the show for the first time. It's great to see new viewers. I hope that, you know, some of this stuff wasn't, you know, didn't sound like another language to you guys. I do kind of cater more toward the high-end stuff, and reviewing, you know, some of the high-end devices on the market. You know, it has its place. There's nothing wrong with buying, you know, budget-friendly devices, though. You know, as long as they're not clones. I don't really like to support clones personally, but that's just me. That's just kind of my own personal morals when it comes to the mass-produced stuff. But you can get a really good vape off of an inexpensive device, that's for sure. I know, you know, one of the most flavorful vapes you'll ever get is off of like a, you know, the Phoenix rebuildable dripper thing. Vapes like a champ, and it's like $7. So yeah, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a good vape, that is for sure. But thank you guys so much for coming by. I appreciate it. Thank you for everybody that won. Congratulations to everybody that won. I hope to see you guys all again next week. We'll be back most likely we'll be doing the pipe show next week, so that'll be a lot of fun, because pipes really are, you know, an interesting and unique vaping experience, and to get a good quality pipe that vapes with the power and performance of a metal tube mod is really impressive. So yeah, I know. No, I haven't gotten the hoppers in yet. They're still on the way from Germany. They got shipped first class, so it takes some time. I don't even know if they've cleared customs yet. So I know, Uncommon. I'm gonna send it as soon as it gets here. It is not here yet, though. So alright, but anyway, thank you guys so much for coming by again. I appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you next week, and have a lovely evening. Feel free to hit me up on Facebook if you have any questions, and make sure you like All Meshed Up over on Facebook too. I set up a fan page. I know, terrible, but I did. So hey, what are you gonna do? Alright guys, thank you so much. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you soon.